Joey Giles from Berkeley Springs. I had a pastor tell me one time that 7 years into the ministry at one specific location is where you start to see the mark that you're making for the kingdom. So don't give up too quick. You've been here at Parkside for 39 years. Can you tell us a little bit about your seasons of ministry, the highs, the lows, when on the timeline you went through the ups and downs of ministry?
Good. I read that statistic as well, that after 7 years you become effective. The trouble is the length of most pastorates is only 4 years. So I guess you never become effective, you just keep moving, you move every 4 years. Interestingly, 7 years is about the time that I hit the wall here in Cleveland for the first time. And I mean, I could go into the details, but it's not probably worth it, except just to say that as I reached the 7-year point, it wasn't that I had the experience of, oh, now we're becoming effective. It was, actually, the first point was year 3, when I had been here for 3 years and I went home to Scotland, and I realized nothing was happening as far as I could tell. And it occurred to me while I was gone, why is nothing happening when I'm pulling the rope as hard and the bell isn't ringing? And then it suddenly dawned on me, that's because the rope is not attached to the bell. And that certain things that I took as givens were not givens in the congregation, so that I was actually assuming many things. And I realized I got to start far more basically here in both explaining the Bible and explaining expectations. But at year 7, I met with a few of the elders, and I told them, you know, that I've pretty well, this is about as good as I can get. I've got nothing else here, I'm no good at doing this management kind of stuff that you're looking for, and the reason is because I'm incompetent, which you're not ever supposed to say. And I don't know if my brother's here. Bill, are you still here? There he is. So there's verifiable data right here. He's in the room. He's one of my elders with Andre Thornton and with Phil Hall as a doctor at the Cleveland Clinic. And if I remember correctly, this guy, ex-fighter pilot in Vietnam, from Texas of all places, looks across the table and he says, I don't think you're incompetent. I think you're lazy. True. I said, okay, we're making progress. So I said, well, what do we do now? He says, well, we're going to have to prove whether you're incompetent or not. And so they send me away. They send me to Oregon to meet a man who apparently would know whether I was incompetent or not. And guess what? I was and I am. And so he had to eat a little bit of crow there, and which doesn't come easy to him, no easier than it comes to me. But the upshot of that was to say, okay, what do you want to do here? I can stumble along doing what I'm doing, and if you want to tolerate that, I can go to another church, and I've apparently got about a 7-year cycle in me till they find out. Or we can find a way to staff my incompetencies. We find a way to build a team that acknowledges both gifting and the absence of gifting. And that is when Bill was instrumental in approaching Jeff Mills, and some of you will have been to his breakout session today. And Jeff has been with me now for the last 28 years.